Oh, I guess I was setting up the phone to do the video, and he jumps up here, and I didn't go over there. He jumps up on the it's a Simplicity 700, and then you got to pet him. Then he jumped over here, but I didn't see him. And then I pet him, and then he jumps over there. Oh, now he thinks I'm going to pet him over there. Much loose hair you got today? Don't like that, huh? Look at it. Yeah, you're shedding. So now I'll walk up there and he'll come up here. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's up there. Okay, so that means I'm supposed to come over here and pet him over here. And then, oh, he jumps to the, whatever kind of moor this is. Oh, it's a Craftsman. And then he comes over on the Craftsman after he jumped on the 1983 that's my pair. That's the 88, that's the 83. Same kind as the one I'm working on. Oh, look at that. Man, shedding. Look at that hair. Everywhere hair. Jeez. Good thing this ain't in the house. Yeah, so he's not going to jump back in the Murray, I don't think. Are you coming over? Are you coming over? Or you're going to stay over there? You don't like to go backwards. Now you can go over on the Montgomery Ward MTD. Yeah, Montgomery Ward. Wait a minute. Nope, that's just a plain MTD. That's Montgomery Ward. You can always tell how much it rains. It fills up this weight I had for a tarp, but the tarp seems to be gone. So what are you going to jump on now? Thinking about that one? Oh. Can you get up there? Oh yeah, okay. He thinks he's so special because he can jump up and everything. Right? You think you're so special, huh? Okay, so when I started this, I was heading to the shed. Airplane up there. Way up there. So I'll put it on pause till I get back there. We have to go around the Alice Chalmers. Okay. Now we passed the other Murray I can use for a kit. It's the 89. If I ever want to put it back together, there's the front axle. But I had this motor sitting back here. This 12, yeah, just a 12 horse. It's a 283 707. And here's the bolts I put back in that I took the starter off from. So that's where I got the starter. I just happened to save that. Everybody else would have thrown it away because it burned about a half a quart of oil every half hour. It was like a mosquito fogger. But I don't know what I thought I was going to do by taking the head off. All it did is let it rust. But But that's what that was. That was, well, that's where I got the starter. So it's 283.707, just like I said. The code says 92, but 283.707s I thought were made maybe from 1984 to 1987 or 88 or 89. So it just means they sold it in 92. So Murray or MTD probably bought a bunch as a deal. This came off an MTD, not a Murray. So then I wondered, will that starter fit my spare 1988 Escort GT 1.9? Well, let's go back there. So it's easier to do this after story than it is to have a camera person. So when I got the starter on and I wanted to put the gas line on, which I did to start it, which I haven't done yet. I'm waiting for you. You can do it with me. I seen I didn't have this choke thing on. So then instead of taking these bolts off of this throttle holder thing, I took these bolts back out right here. Took this out. That's enough to wrap this around and shove it in there, and then I put these two bolts back in and I put the air cleaner on. Then you have that little brace you have to flip up, I'll show you, and I had to put that on with a Phillips screw. Then so that was that side, and then I had to hook the gas up, and the last time I was talking to you I had to do that wiring. I'll talk about that. But this thing here is what this was missing and I couldn't find it. So I come over here to see what it looks like. It's that's the design. You got to look for something with something sticking out like that. So that helped me. And I mean, this is the junkyard motor. When I first came over here, this whole thing was bent up like that. I had to hope that didn't crack, and I'm pretty sure it didn't. Yeah, it's tough yet. So then I could have probably borrowed this one. So then I looked all around, and it was in this one. I got like 3 different bolt pins going, because I've been stripping Mars while I've been doing this one and bringing engines back. This is that 88 engine from the shed. That's the 84 engine from the Murray. I didn't bring the frame home. I left it in the junkyard. So I've went through all these before, so later on I'll put the cover back on it. But it helps to have stuff to look at. So then I have my gaskets in here from the rebuild. My gaskets in that box. So I got this one going. That's the gasket box. This was my larger parts box. I got a different one of these, and that battery box is from something else. And then this is from taking flywheel parts apart. This is from another strip at a junkyard, I guess. These things get bent. You can't get them on. They got to fit into the flywheel just perfect with these little ridges, these little things. So this is one I couldn't get in. I just threw in here and took a good one. And here's my carburetor rebuild parts. So I had to keep coming over here. I was cleaning up the battery cables, and the bolts were all rusty. After one of them I painted it, but then the other one I didn't. I figured maybe you shouldn't paint battery cable because it might not get a good conduction. Premium and no alcohol, I think that's a lie. I think I just put normal unleaded in it, but this will work. So little cut between these H's here, and I think I had this cover off 2 or 3 times, if not 4. I had to put the oil back in. I didn't use the oil I took out because the crankcase wasn't cleaned out. Still says I got to add now, but it's on an angle, so that's good enough for now. There's the kill switch I put on that I studied all that wiring for. This is on off right now. That'll let the mower run. So off is not going to equal that off. This off equals kill, and this equals kill. So when I get on the mower to start mowing, I'd have to push that down. And then I got a skinny screwdriver to stick in there that works till I get a key. And yeah, I got to put that back on. Like I said, I had to take the carb off, so I cleaned up. I got a new battery. This is the one I actually painted the bolt. I even primed it. I pulled that bottom bolt out down there. And wire brushed all that in the cable and put that back in. And just the way the cables lay, it kind of showed me the way it goes, because they all kind of were still laying the way they would go. So the ground went down there, went over here, positive went to here. The solenoid will connect these two together when that coil is activated and pulls the slug in, the metal slug in that connects these two posts. And that's if the solenoid works. Let's try it right now. I haven't put the gas in. Remember, I investigated this and I found out this is a hand clutch. I don't have the operating manual on this, but I do know from studying that thing, it's got three safety switches. The one on the seat, I don't see anything here. I imagine the guy disconnected it. Probably was this, maybe. I didn't even notice that before. So we gotta hope the solenoid's good and pulls in. We gotta hope this doesn't bother us. Then I gotta put that air cleaner. I'll probably keep it off in case I gotta prime it. Here's the yellow wires I ran to that switch. Here's that grounding lug I talked about on this framework. There's the choke thing I forgot to put in and had to take all this off. That's why the air cleaner's back off. And here's the bolt I drilled out. This one is loose. With this size, it's loose. I have to go one bigger, or I'll just leave it maybe, I don't know. This one came out tight. I spent a long time drilling those out. Okay, and this is that ground for the light that was in the wiring. Here's that short green and red. Remember I said I'm missing one of these? It's probably going to go right there. Now I finally can keep the, make sure no water goes in there because I got this back on. I was putting this bag over the engine every time I put that on, and finally I quit putting a bolt in that. Every time I put it on now when I'm working on it, I just slide it right in here. I don't even put a bolt in, and I put this piece of plastic on the hood, and then I throw a brick on it after I put the tarp on there. But I don't know how, but one time I looked down. Oh, is that the seat switch thing? But one time I looked down on that pulley and it was full of water. But I've been covering it up better because it's not now. So I do know that PTO has to be out of gear, which I know nothing about. Engage, disengage, so right there, that should be good. And I know that has to be in. That has to be in. And I brought the gas out. We can wait on that. Now I just got to find that skinny screwdriver and can see if it turns over, if I got to do more work. Here it is. So, that skinny one. It's just a nice skinny one. So, let's see if it's going to turn over without the clutch in. I doubt anybody unhooked that. Now I got to keep it on off or the battery will. There it goes. Nothing. It's popping back. Hear it? It pops back, so this is turning it on, but I'm getting nothing. So it looks like I got more work to do. And after I put the starter on, I marked that I took it off that motor in the shed engine. And I had to put these little 2 screws in. And I thought it would be hard work to pop all these together, but they got a little indent in it and they snap in fine. But I didn't have any grommet there like other engines. I had to run the kill wire out there, which is fine. So, well, I guess I can't turn it over unless I, of course, the starter from the shed might be bad. I got to troubleshoot all this. So first I'm going to have to do is get jumper cables, and I'm going to have to jump the starter to bypass the solenoid. Oh, I have to push the clutch down. Maybe that's all it is. Clutch down. Still not doing anything. Okay, let me put it on pause. I'm gonna wiggle this and wiggle this. And what about the seat switch? Okay, I'm gonna put it on pause. Well, maybe I can just try crossing this like you do with a car right now. I got a screwdriver sitting here, this one. But then, do I gotta cross that and keep my foot on the clutch? Jeez. And put this on. Okay, it's on, so the on part should be, it's not going to start. I didn't put any gas in it anyway, so I'm no use of worrying about that. It's not wide enough and I can't angle it unless I go way down in here. Ooh. Oh. I see the pulley turning down there. I seen the tire turn. Thought we're in neutral. Okay, so what's this mean? This means, I don't know. You tell me. I would have to check. See, this is not battery ignition. It doesn't matter if this is on, does it? It's not battery ignition, like a tractor. But maybe it does have to be on like a car or tractor. I'm not sure. But I got it on anyway. So if I put gas in it and I jumped there, it possibly would start. So let me do that. I'll shut this key off for now, I guess. Okay, I'll be putting gas in it. Next time I come back, we'll use that solenoid screwdriver trick, and then we'll see if it'll pop off. And I got to have the kill switch on off. I do. That's right. Well, I put some gas in there. I found out this fuel filter was clogged. Well, it was the gas lines. This side was clogged. It was nasty stuff. See, this one's off a different motor, and this is off the different motor. The one that came on this one was this one, but you can kind of look in there and you can see the screen. So I could see the screen in there and it was clean. So after cleaning out this line and that terrible carburetor, this is the 77. Yeah, see it there? That's the one I went and got that fourth engine from a junkyard. I needed a carb and I couldn't believe I found it. So here it is on this now. And yes, when this comes all the way up, since the air cleaner's not on, you can still see how this runs into that now, and that will choke it. See, it shoves it in, and I watched before I put the air cleaner on. Oh, you can see it in there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't aware you could see that in there. That's good. So I'll leave it choked like that. Well, it's not cold out. I don't know if I should leave it choked. It's all dry inside the motor, so I don't know, want it to start on wide open. Okay, and I got to deal with this gas cap, so I'm not putting that back on. Put this back on. I mean, it's off the ground anyway. This is kind of tipping over. Maybe I should straighten it out better. It's all leaning, but it's supposed to be in neutral. So I think I'll straighten it out better here. Okay, that's better. Yeah, neither tires touching the bricks, so that's on. Huh. Well, did I choke it or didn't I? Oh yeah. Well, I didn't fill the carb up with gas, so I guess I'll have to beat on the starter a little to see if it's gonna fill itself up, or if the gas line's plugged. Gas line could possibly be plugged. Okay, didn't start. Okay. I could flick this the other way, but I'm pretty sure I hooked it up right. I'll do it the other way just for a quick second. Yeah, this is what to kill on. Now, we don't know that magneto's any good. So I was gonna hold the key and see if I had spark, but now I gotta do it way back here. So the first thing should be to fix this. Then when I get the key working, I can see if I got spark. So that ends this for now. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Obviously, it's either no gas or no spark. And it's pretty easy to believe that there's no gas because this could be plugged here. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to unhook this and see if gas starts pouring out. And then if that's true, then it's just not going in here. Maybe this is not supposed to be lower than the carb, but right here Well, that's about even. Yeah, it's not like you have a see-through thing. I don't know, but the brand new battery is working good. So I'm going to stop this so I can start some troubleshooting. I'm not going to do it live. And then we're going to listen to it run, hopefully. Okay, that's it.